Let me tell you, some stories from the medical world stick with you, not because they're funny or heartwarming, but because they're the kind of jaw-dropping, what were you thinking? Moments that make you wonder how people can be so reckless with their health. This one is a prime example. We had this patient who'd been going through chemo. Now, anyone who's been through it, or seen a loved one go through it, knows how grueling the process is. It's exhausting physically, mentally, and emotionally. For this patient, though, the end was finally in sight. They'd finished treatment, and their port removal was scheduled for 2 weeks out. That's the kind of thing we handle in a controlled, sterile environment to avoid complications. But apparently, waiting wasn't on their agenda. One day, we get the call. This patient had decided to take matters into their own hands. They figured, why not remove the port myself? I'm done with chemo, so I don't need it anymore. Now, if you're imagining this being done with surgical precision or proper tools, think again. This was a DIY job in the most horrifying sense. Somehow, they managed to get the port out of their skin. That alone is dangerous enough, but they didn't stop there. They went further and detached the port from the catheter, the part that connects to their veins, without clamping it or applying any pressure to stop the flow of air. If you know anything about anatomy, you know where this is going. In doing so, they created an open line directly into their bloodstream. This allowed air to rush in, and they gave themselves an air embolism, a pocket of air traveling through their veins to their heart and brain. Within moments, it triggered a major stroke. By the time help arrived, the damage was done. They survived, but the stroke left them with permanent deficits. The kicker? If they'd just waited 2 more weeks, their port would have been removed safely in a sterile environment, with no risk of embolism, infection, or worse. It's heartbreaking and frustrating because this was so preventable. All they had to do was trust the process and let the professionals handle it.